This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to the Huddle Network. It's open mic night. And oh my God, we've got the entire NFC North here this evening in a rarity because I hate to say it, Jeremy, but Lions fans are few and far in between to get on these panels for whatever reason. But hey, look at the first comments already. What's going on, Smoking Jay? Yeah, JB in the house. Oh, but wait a minute. Not to be outdone. Good evening, Yoli.
Hello, Yoli. She actually comes and watches my show.
Bro, she watches everybody. Yoli's a contributor.
So, it's open mic night. Of course, the big news, we've all been doing this on our shows, the morning show, Frozen Tundra, Hallis Hall, Valhalla, Skull 365, the 313, Smoking Jeremy B, Daily Show. Yeah, we've all been doing our way too early predictions of the schedule. And of course, believe it or not, every team in the division is going 15-2. Who knew? Who knew we were all going 15-2? I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Are out for every team, and we all know this.
If we're all splitting, we can't go 15-2. It's got to be 14-3. So let's do the math, guys.
Much to the chagrin of Darren here, I said every team in the division is going 4-2 except the Vikings.
Oh, all right.
Well, I guess let's start this off this way though. Let's not look at the overall record. Let's look at here we go. See, look at Lions fans already. They're going to win the division again. All right. Before we get to that question, which we're going to have months and months and months to agonize over, let's start with the most basic question. Does anyone sweep anyone in the division?
No. I'm not saying anybody gets swept. I'm just saying because of the 4-2 thing. And the only reason why I say this is because we don't know who's going to be, if Caleb Williams is going to be as good as advertised, because every rookie that comes in on the number one doesn't always win their first season.
Right.
Yeah, no. And I was all on the board of still sweeping the Bears. But, I mean, after looking at the schedule and playing them in Week 18, I mean, that's too much. There's too much riding on that and too late. And, I mean, that's just no way I can guarantee we can sweep them. Man, there's just no way.
That's the other part of it, though. And I know D-Roy was taking a exception to kill a cook there, saying that they're going to sweep it. Fellas, here's the other problem with people getting swept. Now, look, I think the Lions and the Vikings play early and in the first 10 games and one game, I believe. And I think Green Bay plays the Lions early. But the rest of us, like the Bears don't even touch the division until week 11. And so the last 8 weeks, 6 of the last 8 weeks for the Bears are in the division. It's hard to get swept. It's really hard to get swept or to sweep someone when you got 6 of your last 8 games in the division. When you're playing teams so close to one another, it's hard. Of course, Dorn thinks they're going 17-0 because that's Dorn.
That's Homer. He's a homer.
Rusty Stuber is going to be lights out rookie season. I don't even know who he plays for. So, but yeah, okay.
Sure.
Smoking Dad in the building. That's my father. Smoking Dad.
There you
wow.
go. Hey, I like. Hey,
there's a guy who's probably seen a few Lion games.
Your father has a great first name. I don't know how he.
Jesus.
He had it first. So you have a great name, sir.
John.
The love for Dorn comes out quickly.
Yes,
But look, I mean, this division. I mean, look at even Fox Sports, who gives this
can I give
division.
my guy a dog check real quick before we get into this?
Give him a dog check.
As much as I hate to do this, guys, he loves this. Woo!
Ooh,
I'm all about it, bro. Go
crowd,
for
I tell you.
Go for it. Hey, man, fuck you.
All right, but here's the thing. So, obviously the national media like Fox, CBS, ESPN, we're all used to this being the North. They never give us any love, no matter how good we are. Yet Fox Sports came out right after the draft and said, hey, look, 3 teams to the North are making the playoffs, and as the three of us except for D-Roy are making the playoffs. That's Fox Sports. Now, here's the thing, though, and I've said this early, and Dorn likes to make fun. Oh, my God, Joshua. All right, let me go through Joshua. Hell yeah, FTP, FTP, FTP. We get it. You like motor. Hey, he likes motor oil. That's all. But actually, you know what? The Vikings, they're the enigma, right? Because for them, it comes down to quarterback play. If Darnold can manage.
Coach both said they're going to start Darnold to begin the season, correct?
Comes down to quarterback play, and it comes down to coaching at the end of the day.
And defensively, they're coached great. Let's not take anything away from them.
Right.
Defensively, and the same with the Bears. Defensively, they're coached great. They're coached great. The offensive coordinator, we don't know what he's going to do with your offense yet.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it doesn't help that our offense coordinator, is getting like DUIs and shit like that. So his head's more into the getting fucking lit.
Here's the thing with the Vikings, right? Their defense is good. They got a solid defense. They lost some, but they also picked up some, right?
Thanks, John Dorn. Appreciate that.
Yeah, John just hates the Bears. Period. Doesn't.
Well, because
he's just a Bear hater. But
there's only one team that gets swept every year by one team in our division.
Yeah.
Other than the Lions, John might hate the Bears more. I mean, it's pretty close, bro.
When it comes to the Vikings,
it's pretty close.
Oh, no.
When it comes to the Vikings, though, with the weapons they've got on offense, they probably have the second best wide receiving room in the division after the Bears. They've got a good running back situation right now. They got a good tight end situation right now. The offensive line is middle of the road league-wise, which is good. That's still not bad. I think it comes down to if Darnold doesn't try to be Superman, if he just game manages, in other words, bring out his inner Kyle Orton, they could be a 10-win team.
Absolutely. And at the same concept, I think Caleb Williams struggles early like almost all rookie quarterbacks do. Even look at C.J. Stroud last year. His first game was god-awful.
Yeah. Look at Jordan Love's first game last year. First half was horrendous. Second half, a certain running back took the game over and said, let me carry on my back, Jordan. And then Jordan started to get better. I mean,
all quarterbacks benefit from a decent run game. I don't care who you are. I don't care how elite you are. Unless you have a decent to good run game, quarterbacks struggle because when you're one-dimensional.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and welcome to the show, everyone's favorite homer, John Dorn. Good evening, John.
Hey, I just put out facts and stats, man.
Yeah.
That's all I do. Lions still the same old Lions. Fucking Bears, they still suck. Hey, at least Vikings trying.
And let me answer Josh here. I'm not watching playoff hockey right now. I did just watch the Henry Lundqvist doc, though, on Netflix. I have to say that was actually really good. Here's the thing. I think that with the Bears defense, though, the Bears defense will help Caleb early. And the weapons he's got will help him. Even if he's having a slow start, I think they'll be able to mask some of it or overcome some of it with the running game and the defense. If the Bears are number one in takeaways on interceptions again this year, that helps. If their defense is like they were last year, that helps. I mean, look, Caleb Williams is not walking into what a normal number one overall or first-round quarterback's walking into. He's walking into a complete team where he's supposed to be the last piece. So it should be interesting to see how that works out this year. I know we're all looking forward to watching it. The NFL's definitely put him in a lot of games for a lot of people to see him. So it's going to be interesting.
They tie with the Bills.
Smoking Dad, it's a tie with the Bills. It's the Vikings.
Yeah, tie with the Bills. He's right on though, man. One of the biggest chokers in the league.
But at the same
Lion
time,
fans always, our Viking fans always talking shit to us about choking. Yeah, you guys done your fair share.
Well,
I'm not saying anything about that.
Jeremy,
I'm addressing the comment.
I was just agreeing. He's almost right. They're not the worst. They're tied. They're tied with the Bills.
I mean, but Jeremy, your dad's like you. He's just on it with this because not only let's go further than that. It's not just that the defense took the Vikings to the Super Bowl back in the day, but let's look at the Baltimore Ravens 2000. That was all defense. Let's look at the 85 Bears. I mean, the offense is okay because you had Walter Payton, but that defense dominated.
That's all changed now, man. It's not. I mean, it's a passing game these days, bro, and the offense is taking over as far as how you light games up, man. 40-point games.
You've seen that in the draft. All the offense were taken first.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at the draft. Yeah.
But look, every time we think we're getting away from defenses being carried, what happens? A team gets carried deep into the playoffs or the Super Bowl and then wins it by what? A defense. Because when Baltimore won their last Super Bowl, right? There was the age of the offense already was in. The big defense can't carry yet. They went in and carried another Super Bowl victory.
You still need a balanced team, bro. You still need a balanced team, but offenses can carry teams if your defense is like slightly worse. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a great defense to carry the team because the Bears. I mean, yeah, they had Walter Payton, but after that, I mean, you guys didn't have a great offense in '85.
Yeah,
your defense kept giving you the ball back, giving you opportunity.
Yeah, we had a decent offense. In 85.
That's like 2018 Bears. They had a really great defense that kept fucking Trubisky fucking on the field.
Signing Mac a week before the season started was like fucking epic.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Like you look at the 06 Bears, phenomenal defense, but that offense was only ranked 15th in the league, and really, I mean, they should have probably won that Super Bowl. But I blame Lovie Smith for that, for abandoning the run game midway through the second quarter and just not running the ball for the rest of the game. But I mean, that team got carried to the Super Bowl on what? Defense. Hell, they beat Arizona without even scoring an offensive touchdown. So defense,
kind of like how you did. Kind of like how you did last season to us.
Yeah, you guys won a game by 12 points, no touchdowns, man.
Oh, dude, I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah,
that ain't happening again this season, Ken.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's gonna whoop that fucking defense there, Ken.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, right?
Nowadays, with what Orlando said, it's all three phases. It's not just defense. A good defense helps, but
it's got to be solid. You can't just be mistackling and shit.
You can't be bottom of the barrel. And this is why I said, and I've said it on my podcast. Everybody has heard it. This is AG's no excuses for having a bad pass defense.
Orlando, we're not saying that Hester's a fluke.
No.
Hester was never a fluke.
No.
Yeah, no one's saying that,
greatest returner of all time.
In fact, the league has changed the league so there can't be another Hester.
Yeah, they made it up. Again.
They're trying to bring it back with these new rules. If you watch the XFL, they have more returns for touchdowns there because of
let's talk about that though, guys. I mean, look, that's the one thing we haven't really touched on. We touched on it barely on the morning show, but I mean, hold on, I gotta give it because this is rare. We have a Let's Go Seattle. We have a Sea Chicken fan here. Welcome, Megan.
Started following me, and she actually was on my Wednesday night show. I do my NFL roundtable talk.
But they messed with it already by taking out the wedge. They changed up how you ran.
Yeah, but the kickoff,
bro. They changed it up so that we were what we got now is what they fucked with.
This new XFL style, and it's going to lead to more deep returns. Like we've already heard rumors of, Justin Fields and having designed plays on kickoff now for guys like Justin Fields who they can either throw it backwards, laterally, or run it, and having weird design plays with the punter, having the punter do the kickoff.
Well, basically, what you're saying is you're going to see Fields as the returner for the Steelers. That's fine.
You could. I mean, but yeah, I mean, look at
we see Cal in about 3 years. We see Cal too in the Steelers.
But I mean, look at there's even like Sea Chickens Bear fan game on. There we go. And we get to see Chickens this year. Actually, we all get to see Chickens this year.
The 12th chicken.
Good luck on that.
I mean, we just drafted a punter, and they're already talking about using him on kickoffs to angle the ball, because the deal is, if a ball hits in bounds, if the ball, would say, hits in the 5-yard line and then rolls through the end zone, they get it on the 20, right? If it goes straight through the end zone, read the rule. If it hits in the field of play, then rolls through the end zone, it's 20. If it goes through the end zone, they get it like the 45 or something, 35 or 45.
They get it at
like
35. If it hits before the landing zone, which is the 20-yard line, you automatically get it at the 40. And plus the defenders, the kicker is no longer a part of tackling, really, unless they get past all the blockers and everything. Yeah. If you actually look at it, nobody the receiver receives the ball. They line up.
Somebody send that Aussie a link. Somebody send her a link. Put her ass on here.
See, that just takes the fun out of it. You need guys like Pat McAfee to lay down the wood.
Well, I think the punter we have in Chicago he's a big enough dude. He can lay down the wood, but now we're going to see like designed plays on kickoffs, either with your kicker kicking in a certain way, or your returner in backwards passes, lateral stuff, different running formations. It's the kick. I mean, so maybe we see another Devin Escher type of guy, or now we'll see guys.
You're gonna see Nixon. You're gonna see Nixon. He's gonna be one of the best in the league, man. He already is, but
who?
Nixon.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was pretty good. He was pretty good on the old rules.
You just suck. You guys in the basement all the time. You know, Lions always fucking in the basement.
The Packers have such a
superstar. What he does.
Look, if the Packers have such a superstar in Clifford, they're going to do everything they can to give him the game, and they're going to use my
Clifford. Clifford.
Orlando.
He's the holder.
Bates. Jake Bates has had visits with the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions, the Packers, the Eagles, the Texans, the San Francisco 49ers. Even though they got Jake Moody, they brought him in. Arizona and Seattle.
Nobody signed him.
Don't be trying to just say it's just Lions. He's visited 11 teams in the NFL.
Nobody wanted him.
So kickoffs are going to be very.
Nobody wanted him. He's kicking in the UFL, and no one can actually sign him or talk to his agent till the season's over in June.
No.
The Bears aren't going to touch him. Bears aren't going to touch him. We're happy with Chris Santos.
Got a guy right now that's being talked about for the MVP of that league with 15 of 17 with a long of 64. 60.
How much of your family watches shows you're on? Here's another one.
Oh, that's a fake account. It's a burner account.
Okay. I'm just saying, like how many people in your family?
He's trolling Jeremy B.
Trolling Jeremy.
So here's the thing.
Hey, ain't it great?
We're all making our
now fans, bro. That's what that is. That's fans right there.
Right. I probably got like 30 troll accounts that come through, including a fake Brad Holmes, a fake David Montgomery, a fake Amon Ra, a fake Gibb, fake Brad Holmes.
Wait a minute. I got him.
I sent her the link.
There we go.
There you are.
Aussie, oi.
Okay, boys, just to let you know, I cannot yell. I have bad laryngitis. So I'm just letting you know I won't be able to get over your voices today.
You ready? Your mic's been turned on.
Orlando's right. You're not making it if you don't have at least one stalker.
That's right, bro.
So look at, we're making all these way too early predictions. Everyone's winning 13 to 15 games in the North. It's hilarious. Yeah. But here's the thing. We're making all these early predictions, and we have none of us, I don't think, have considered how the new kickoff is going to deeply affect the game, because we're basing this off of last year, right? Where we were last year, what additions and subtractions we made from our teams, great. But the big X factor that none of us can account for is going to be kickoffs.
Right, because now there's 2 returners back there. And if you actually look, other than the Bears, because they didn't have a 6th or 7th round pick in day 3.
Right.
5th through 7th rounds, every team drafted an extra guy that specializes in special teams. Everybody did, because of this new rule.
Yeah. And every team's going to have some former XFL player on the roster coming into camp too. I guarantee it.
I think it's open season for anybody who can return a ball. Let's go.
Ken,
Put him back there, give him a shot.
Is that CFL player Darcy Maville?
Well, wait, what was that, D-Roy?
Is that CFL player Darcy Maville?
Not CFL, UFL.
CFL's Canadian, dear.
Yeah, he's a Canuck for sure.
So it's going to be interesting. So I think we're going to see design plays, though. But like I said, good punters will be using the kickoff like the Bears with our nice brand new Aussie kicker. You're going to see.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, you're going to be needing that punter quite a bit.
I know you are, John. You're going to be seeing design plays though on the return team itself. I mean, think about it. If you throw in a quarterback like Justin Fields or Clifford, right, and let's say they can run or they can throw it, backwards throw to the other side, away from away from the rush, whatever they go opposite field for protections, whatnot. I mean, there's a lot of things they can do with this kickoff rule, and none of us have really, taking that into account, because that's going to, there are going to be complete games are going to be completely obliterated by this rule.
You know what this rule did? It eliminated the fair catch. It eliminated the pussy rule for no return.
Well,
like I said, they already fucked with it. This is their fix.
I'm going to be back in a sec. I need some water.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be back.
Yep. No problem. So, look, they've already, the fair catch, though, on kickoffs was only around for like what?
1 year.
1 or 2 years? Yeah.
1 year.
So, there's still going to be a fair catch on a punt, which, the Packers will be doing a lot of fair catching when those balls at the 2-yard line. But, the special teams game is definitely more of an impact coming into this year than it's been in years past. And I almost guarantee you that all of us, when looking at, because how can we, have not taken that into consideration with making our way too early predictions. And I guarantee you the guys at Fox and CBS and ESPN and all these other Bleach Report, same problem. Because we can't even fathom to know how this is going to affect games and certain teams that, because we just can't. There's no way of knowing.
Here's my prediction, because if you actually look at it, it's probably pretty close. Every guy that averages between 15 and 20 yards is going to be averaging 25 to 30 yards of return.
Oh, easy.
And
it's all going to go up. It's
right. Yeah. It's going to go up because the blockers cannot move, nor can the defenders move till the receiver receives the ball.
Yeah, but
they're way up at the 35-yard line and the 40-yard line. 40-yard line for defenders, 35-yard line for the blockers.
Like I think Joshua said he was make sure I got it right. Josh, you're a Dolphins fan, if I'm correct. Look at Josh is sitting there going, I could have Tyreek returning kickoffs now.
Right. Yeah, they could conceivably do that. But it's still a risk the guy gets hurt. You're still running full speed in collision.
The average starting position at the end of the year for special teams, even on the bad teams, is going to be somewhere around the 35-yard line.
I agree.
But Rob, though, they're like, what's it? Wait, I think, and Jeremy, correct me if I'm wrong, the kicking returning team and the returning team, the two main bodies, are only 5 to 10 yards apart?
They're 5 yards apart.
So they're not going to. So Tyreek will be running full steam, but there's no gunners going 90 million miles an hour now. It's going to be a regular open field tackle at best.
So now you need speed and you need good tacklers now.
Yeah, tackling is going to be key.
You need good tacklers and speed.
Definitely going to be key. Fuck. Not that it hasn't been, because a lot of teams have been slacking on their tackling, man. I'm just going to go out there and say that, especially the Packers. We suck on tackling.
So special teams, you definitely got to have good tackling. The defense is closer now, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, though, because they can't get the running start. So it's a good thing for the returners. This is going to be a massive part of the game now.
There's only going to be one defender free every time if you actually look how it lines up, because the 10 defenders line up in front of the 9 blockers.
Yeah.
So that means there's going to be an open guy. You're going to see more laterals in this type of thing, is what you're going to see. Because when that one guy starts to get wrapped up by the one and everybody goes that way, boom.
Hopefully that Kelly don't fuck up the lateral.
All right, let me get some comments here on this. So Packer Backer News, i.e., my co-host from the morning show, Ken,
Ken.
says his
What's up,
prediction:
Ken?
former CFL standout towel boy Darcy Melville gets a contract to be Pride Specialist in Detroit. Sir Rocker says the same thing. Wait a minute here. I smell something funny afoot, because so does the Huddle Sports Network says the same thing. And wait, Mike
a little bit of collusion there, Packers fans. What's going on there? A little bit of Chinese or whispers behind the scenes, fellas. What's
a little collusion there?
A little collusion. Again, the Packers.
I just think they're all expressing how they feel about it. That's all. They're all expressing how they feel about
it. Yeah. I'm sure.
They really want Melvin to be on the Detroit Lions. I tell you. Yoli's laughing.
Look this Melvin fellow up and see if we can.
You don't want him in 100 acres of field unless he's in the stand.
So let me ask this question, because we have a Seahawks fan in the house, which is not normal for us, which we appreciate and love this. You get to play the entire NFC North this year.
Sorry, say that again. You broke up just on.
You get to play the entire NFC North this year. How do you think the Seahawks, aka as we like to call them here, the Sea Chickens, fare?
I've got an avatar that says, "I've got your Sea Chickens right here with the middle finger, son." So when we beat you, Bears boy, okay, you got my boy Caleb, but I'm going to be on stream with that avatar. Just warning you.
So
sorry.
Where do you see the Seahawks? I mean, look at Seahawks. This is an interesting year, right? No Pete Carroll. Right, and whatnot. You get the entire NFC North, which is a pretty good division on paper right now. How do you think you fare against the North overall?
0-4. 0-4.
No, I'll be 1-3. We'll beat the Bears.
4-0 and the Packers twice.
Yeah, nah.
To be honest, I said it on. Oh, excuse my voice. Sorry.
You're fine.
I said it to Jeremy on his show the other day. I have very low expectations with the rebuild this year. I think 7-9 overall, if we're lucky, 10 if we're very lucky. I'm looking forward to playing the North. I really am. I don't know. I don't do predictions this early as a general rule because I'm still sort of sussing it all out.
Oh, Matt says you guys go 1-3 and you beat Minnesota.
I got them beat.
Oh, good God. I love the Vikes. I love the Purple People Eaters. I think Ken mentioned them up above. But if we can't beat the Vikes, stick a fork in it. We're done already. Seriously.
You'll be
Roy, did you see that?
You'll beat the Vikings. You won't beat the Vikings. You probably beat the Bears. Sorry,
I'm saying the Bears.
Yeah, no, look, as I said, I've got the perfect avatar. Even when we beat the Bears, Bears fan, can you do me one small favor as a massive Caleb Williams fan? Look after my boy, please.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do that.
He might be going to Seahawks in 3 years. He might be able to give him in 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years he's going to be traded.
Look,
there you go.
There's his helmet from USC.
Well, you might be able to give him in 3 years.
So
I will not be upset with that if we do. I really won't.
You don't talk about
it'll be about $3 in 3 years.
Yeah.
So here's
already because I just had it priced by PFF.
Yeah.
And it's already at 1,200 Australian, which is about, I believe, just under $1,000 US.
No, for Caleb right now, for a mini USC, they're going for about 200, 250 US. 200 to 250.
Oh, US. Okay. Yeah. But you're not getting that one.
No, but the question though, I look at, are you really happy with Geno Smith? He had a good season. You give him the big contract. Now are you like going, man, do we get, how do we get rid of him?
Geno. I will preface it by saying I liked Drew Lock a little more. Then he got COVID and it was never the same. I love Sam Howell. I'm going to put that out there. I've said it to you. I think, JB, I won't be I won't be surprised if Sam gets a good run this year. Will Sam Howell pressure Geno? Yes, I believe so.
Look at the yards and the touchdowns he put up, and that was being sacked 65 times. He was one of the most sacked individual quarterbacks. And I'm not
That's not
talking
sustainable, though. That's not sustainable.
Right. I'm saying with Washington, he got sacked that many times, yet he still put up over 4,000 yards. I think he had almost 30 touchdowns still that season. If you think about that, 28.
28, 29. I could be wrong.
Seattle, to me, is like in purgatory. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
look,
it is. Exactly. Yes,
they're in
that's a good
purgatory.
way
They're
of
like,
putting it.
they're not bad enough to say just scrap it all, have a shit year. Let's get the number one pick. They're not good enough to say for the fans to go, oh yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. You know, they're in purgatory. They're in purgatory right now.
No, you say that about the mighty 12. They're already saying Super Bowl within 3 years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for this year, though. They're in that kind of
this year, no chance. No. I would love to be that confident and say yes. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Howe played for an awful Washington team, and that's really polite given what I felt about how he was wasted in Washington.
Well, it did show that both their starting tackles went out. I think it was in week 8, and that's when the Sam Howell numbers started to come back down to earth, because that's when he started to get sacked over and over, and then they lost their center for the rest of the season. When you talk about the core of your offensive line, which up until that point was ranked as a top 15 O-line. It was from week 8 on. It was a sack fest on Sam Howell, and you were like,
oh. He was a punching bag. Poor fella was a punching bag.
I mean, they've got a decent Rams team to play this year. Of course, that Rams defense is.
I'm not sure about the Rams. I'm not sure.
I think they're going to lose a lot of games this year.
Cal's going to be a fucking punching bag too.
I mean, they've lost their 2 best defensive players in LA, and that's a lot to replace, and they haven't done it.
Yeah,
they haven't done.
True.
LA's defense has gotten marketably worse. Yeah, their offense is going to be good. If Puka doesn't have a sophomore slump, he's got targets, he's healthy. You know, Stafford's going to get his, but that defense right now, I think, in LA is not going to be good. San Francisco, well, they'll probably win the division, and then you've got the Cardinals, and they're another tweener team because like they are better with Mr. Shortman at quarterback, but
now come on, let's call him what we Seahawks fans have been calling him for years, the Oompa Loompa. Let's give him his title and the respect it deserves, which is none.
So I mean, but Kyler Murray, they played a lot better with Murray last year than without.
Yes, so they did. And see, I have a rivalry with the Cardinals because it's my brother's favorite team, and it was the game I went to when I was in Seattle and gave my brother a 3:30 a.m. wake-up call for a win. So I have a rivalry. My 2 rivals are the 49ers and the Cardinals. So yeah.
It also helped Murray, who my nickname for him is Mighty Mouse. But anyway,
no, I grew up watching Mighty Mouse cartoons, JB. Please do not ruin that for me.
I've called him that forever. I'm not going to stop now. But anyway,
fair enough.
It helped Mighty Mouse that Marquise Brown went from a 40% drop rate down to a 28%.
Well, they lost Marquise Brown, but they brought in Marvin Harrison Jr.
That was a great pick.
Arizona is not without weapons. They're going to be decent. That's an interesting division out there. And we get the North, we get the West this year.
So who do you get this year?
We get the entire West. We get your entire division. I think the only game that most fans in our division are kind of going, might be San Francisco. So if you ask everyone else in the division, we're going 3-1 or we're sweeping the West. I mean, that's, I think, pretty much what every fan base is predicting overall.
I don't see that. I don't see that.
I don't see you sweeping. I see you coming close to a sweep in the West. I don't see a complete sweep. I could.
Well,
as I said, I don't usually do predictions this early because I'm usually pathetically wrong. So.
Well, we all are.
We all are. Open mics are the home of the bad takes.
Yeah.
No. I know some Seattle, and I'm not going to name them, that have worse takes than this. This is
not to speak for all the rest of the division, but in all the shows where I've seen guys been doing their predictions, the only West team people are kind of going, well, that might be a L right there, and maybe not even close to a W, is the 49ers. Like the rest of the West.
49ers, I always, as soon as I see where the 49ers are on our schedule, I got 2 L's straight up. I know that's.
Yeah, when you see the Packers on there too, put an L on that one too right away.
No, I think you need to put an L there next to the W next to the Seahawks.
No, that don't happen that way.
Jordan Love.
No, I don't usually for the Packers.
Joe at?
Well, there was one bit of big news this week with one of the teams. You know, there was that massive contract given to Goff.
Yeah. Were we surprised by that?
I was, but yet after reading the contract and going into it detailed wise, it's a 2-year Super Bowl or bust contract.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I spoke to you. We spoke about it.
Guaranteed, though. I mean, the guarantee.
Because that third year, it's $69 million.
Right.
Yeah.
$69 million against the cap that third year.
It saves, even though there's a no trade clause, it saves $5 million to cut him that year.
Man.
Yeah, but what's the cap hit if you cut him in year 3? Like 65 mil?
69. Can you explain that to me?
63 or 69. The dead cap is 63.5. It saves 5.5 million.
Like $5 million.
So what are you gonna do with Hooker now? So what are you gonna do with Hooker now?
Wait, we've never had a
Hutchinson.
We have never had a quality backup in Detroit in our existence. We don't know what Hendon Hooker has.
Yeah,
we're not doing anything in the preseason at all.
And you're gonna need them. You're gonna need 2 good fucking quarterbacks. 18 games coming up.
JB, can you do me a favor? Can you explain for the Aussie the no trade cap hit thing? Like, okay, I know you cannot trade a player with no trade clause, but how that all works?
Okay, the guaranteed money, whether he's on the team or not, he gets that because that's guaranteed. But it's not a fully guaranteed guarantee. If you actually read it, it's only guaranteed, right? By snap counts. He has to do 65% of the snap counts each year to get that guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So it saves way more money than
not guaranteed.
With the what it clears with the cap, because if you get rid of him, he can't have a snap count on the team, right?
That's why it was such a high deal. It's all predicated on him getting 60%.
It's all in the contract.
That makes a little more sense, man, because, I mean, you're guaranteeing you're getting so much production out of him, and that would be a little more easier to swallow a $50 million a year.
Let me ask this then. So John, I know you're listening. I know, John, you got your ear to the page for your Packers. Have you heard any rumblings about a new contract for Love after this Goff contract? Because this Goff contract,
they're not anywhere near each other yet. That's what we've heard.
They're waiting.
No, they're negotiating, but they're saying they're far off. It's the guaranteed money.
I think it's the guaranteed money.
I'm pretty sure it's the guaranteed money. They're far apart on where they want to land on that.
The same wording we heard from Brad Holmes about the Goff contract all through the last half of the season, through the off season until it happened. We were far apart on money. We hoped to get the deal done. There was no guarantee a deal was getting done.
Yeah.
I agree with Orlando here because look at the bar. If Goff is making that much, Timothy, you can say Love over all you want, but the fact is he has those stats, and now Goody's got to pay him based off those stats.
Right? Basically what Holmes is doing, saying, okay, here's 2 years, get me to the Super Bowl, or else we got to fucking do something here. You're going to be in cap hell.
Here's the crazy thing. 2026 is what? Hooker's last year of his rookie contract, which means we can let him develop for a full 3 years and then let him take over if Goff doesn't get us there. That's what it means. We don't have to add a backup.
For Love, there's been 2 different trains of thoughts. We've talked about like the Patrick Mahomes style long-term 10-year deal, or a kind of like a deal like Goff got. But in either case, I think Love thinks he should get more money than Goff. And Packer fans probably think that he should get more money than Goff. In fact, most football fans probably think he should get more money than Goff. So it's going to be interesting with Green Bay. They just got out of cap hell with the quarterback, offensive lineman situation. And now they're staring it right in the face. And look, I don't blame Green Bay because their original plan was solid. The monkey wrench in their original plan is this: Aaron Rodgers stayed a year or two too long in Green Bay. Yeah. And he left when they thought he did. They would have gotten 2 or 3 years of watching Jordan Love on the field of play and been able to give him a contract appropriate. Now, Goody only has 1 year of play to look at, but he's got to pay him because everyone else has gotten paid, and now he's going to have to pay him. And I think I agree with Rob and Dorn. I think the we're far apart is the guaranteed money piece.
Yes.
Right.
Hang on, Ken. You said they have to pay him. Is there any way they can get out of paying him? Or is it
well, yeah.
No, this is it. If we let him go at the end of the season, he can sign with someone else. We're not going to let that happen.
Right.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
If nothing else, if they get a deal done, they can put the exclusive tag on him. If they want somebody to make an offer and trade for him, they can put the transitional tag on him.
Yeah.
Right.
They have options. And because if they let him walk, the best they'll get is a 3rd round and maybe a 5th or 6th round pick. And
yeah.
Because for in the transition tag,
what can happen. But I think if they can't get a deal done, they'll just put the transitional tag and let somebody and get a 1st and a 2nd round or a 3rd round.
They'll put the exclusive tag because I think even the exclusive tag for quarterbacks next year is only going to be worth this year is like 28 mil on the exclusive tag.
Ooh,
how much was the exclusive
tag? Was 41 million this past season. This year, because the top 5 salaries are
top 5. So even if the exclusive tag is 45 or below, I think it's still going to be cheaper than what they'd have to pay him.
It's the average of the top 5 contracts is the exclusive tag. So it's going to be 53 million.
Okay. That's how they work it out. Right.
Right. It's close to 53. It's going to be closer to like 52.7 is what it'll be.
That's the problem. And that's the problem. It's not unique to the Packers for any team with a quarterback they got to sign. Because right now I'm Jordan Love, and I say, look, if you're going to tag me next year, if we don't come to a deal and you're going to tag me, you got to pay me $53 million. So that's my start line, right? That's my bare minimum you're going to pay me. So just by that, he's got the Packers. He can go to the Packers. I want $56 million a year, and maybe with his bottom line being 53. I mean, the Packers got $57 million available next year. Now we know that. Let's say even they sign him for $57 million a year, it's not $57 million against the cap because when they do their GM magic and fairy dust, it becomes $35 million against the cap. And the other $20 million just disappears in the evening.
No, it's just like the golf thing. I mean, if you look at golf's broken down, he gets like $28 million like next year, and then 32, and then it goes to 69, and then it drops to 55, and then it goes back up to 62 or some shit.
So
it's insane how it goes up and down. It's not. I thought too it's average. No, it's not, bro. They got it like structured down to the.
Okay, sorry. It's really early on Sunday morning here, and the head is not ready for the math. So why does it go from 69 to 50 something? Like, why is the?
It was the only way with the guaranteed money and the signing bonuses to make it so he made less this year. He actually saved $5 million in cap room for the Lions.
Yeah, it's weird how they did it, but by year 3, holy shit, bro.
Right. But if he wins the Super Bowl, they'll restructure him. Is what I'm pointing at.
69 million cheap. 69 mils cheap if you win a Super Bowl.
Right, it is technically.
I
mean, for the Lions who've never won a Super Bowl, it's priceless. It's priceless.
Sorry for the questions, guys. The cap is
good.
Like, I don't get the cap. We have cap here in rugby, and you cannot go over it, or you stay under it as much as you can.
Well, it's the same here. Same here for the NFL. The only sport that kind of gets away from it is baseball. If you go over the cap, then you pay what they call the luxury tax.
There's so many ways to get around that, though. It's unreal, man.
So if you
the way, because they can put it down the line like 3-4 seasons. I mean, that's why they do it. They struggle. Like, they'll trade guys away and still be paying on their contract for like 2 or 3 years.
We're still paying. Oh no, actually, this year I think it's the last year that we pay Russell out. Oh God, we love that.
Paid by 3 teams.
God, we love Denver. 2 years exactly. We love having Denver back in our house.
So I said Denver owes you guys a refund.
When it comes to Dak, look at the two big quarterback paydays we're probably going to see this offseason still are going to be Jordan Love and Dak Prescott.
And Tua.
And Tua, thank you. And Tua. Yeah, Matt, let's not even get into baseball. Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid for another 2 or 3 years in New York.
That's
he hasn't played in over a decade. But
here's the crazy thing: if you know, next year the Lions were slated to have 120 million before they signed out those 3 total contracts.
Right.
Right.
Now what do they got?
Now it's down to 48 next year.
Yeah.
And
So
you got to sign Hutchinson and
gotta sign Hutch,
Joseph
and if Jameson Williams balls out, well, actually they can do the 5th year. So it'll
J-Mo's on a make or break.
Yeah.
Is J-Mo is he in a prove it season?
Yeah.
He is in a prove it season. It's his 3rd year. It's the first time he plays a full year. I say a successful season will be anywhere between 45 and 55 receptions, anything over 700 yards, and about 5 to 7 touchdowns. I think that would be a successful season for his first full season because he hasn't even played a full season of games yet.
Which is funny because we listen to some Lions fans, not Jeremy. If you listen to some of these other Lion fans, they talk like J-Mo's like the Messiah. Oh yeah, we got J-Mo. He's gonna beat everyone's like, dude, he's never on the field. What do you mean?
I mean, he's got speed. He shows flashes of greatness, but I mean, you gotta be consistent all the time. You gotta scare the defense when you take the field. If you're not doing that, bro, you're getting no respect.
When we come to these contracts, though, we got 3 big quarterbacks. Let's finish out the quarterback thing before we get to J-Mo. Really, we got these 3 quarterbacks, and you could probably say Tua deserves a contract, even though the team melted towards the end last year. But in all 3 of these cases, what are we thinking? Are any of these guys going to get the Mahomes style 8 to 10 year deal, or are we talking 3 to 4 year deals on all of them?
They're all going to get 5 years. That's what you're looking at is your average, regular second quarterback contract, 3 to 5 years, but they're all going to be over 50 million. It's guaranteed to be over 50 million. Now,
how do you let that out?
About
guaranteed over 50 mil.
That's the way the contracts are going for quarterbacks. I mean, everybody wants to be the next highest paid quarterback. So if you want that number right now, you got to give up 50 million a year or more, and then a week later, someone else is going to beat it.
Right.
This is how it's been going.
The very first contract next year for one of those quarterbacks is going to beat Jared Goff's. That's what's going to happen. And if it doesn't beat Jared Goff, it'll beat Joe Burrow.
And here's the problem with Dak. Here's the problem with Dak, right? Like Dak's numbers are through the roof. If you have him on fantasy, you love him, right? He gets you great fantasy numbers week in and week out. But like he just can't seem to get him to go deep in the playoffs. But you still got to pay him because he gets you there, right? He puts you in position. If you don't pay Dak, then now what are you doing in Dallas? If you don't pay Jordan Love in Green Bay, what are you doing? If you don't pay Tua in Miami, what are you doing?
And then when the playoff gets here, you put your backup in and bench his ass, bro.
So with all
he just can't win playoff games, bro. That's his problem.
All 3 of those teams, all 3 of those quarterbacks got you to the playoffs. Love had the better playoffs than the other 2, but you got to pay all of them, and all of them are going to be north of 50 mil a year because of what the marketplace is. Because you can look at if Danny Dimes is at 45, are you telling me that these 3 guys aren't better than Danny Dimes at 45?
Oh, bro, Danny Dimes blows.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not what I was going to say, but thank you for not having Jeremy kicked off.
We don't sugarcoat nothing around here. We don't sugarcoat shit.
No, what I was thinking of Danny Dimes would have Jeremy banned for all time. So thank you.
But I'm going to say something about Danny Dimes, and it's going to shock you. If you actually look at his numbers, he's only played 2 more games than Trevor Lawrence. He only has 2 more interceptions than
But I'm not impressed with Lawrence either. He lost 5 of his last 7. He sucked ass last year. They had the best chance to take over. They were leading the division the whole fucking and choke.
But I'm saying that Lawrence is no better than Daniel Jones.
And you know what? Trevor Lawrence is going to get paid. He's going to get a big actually, we got to add him in because he's in his. They just picked up his 5th year option, right? But he's going to get paid too.
Well, Tua's about to get paid too. How much you guys think Tua should get? Because he's up for they're going to give him a big contract too.
He's going to get north of 50.
Wasn't he drafted in 2021?
50 plus.
But is it really because he's so good or because of his talent that he's got around him with those wide receivers?
I think with Tua, a little bit of both.
Both.
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of A, little bit of
I
B.
lean more towards the receivers because you get the ball to Tyree.
Actually, fellas, thinking of Tua, how glad am I that we've got his brother on the practice squad for the Seahawks this year?
We
got Tua's brother.
Here we go. Well, Matt says Tua is going to get 4 at 220. So just a little bit more than
yeah, that's 55. That's 55 a year.
55, yeah.
Now he's got dude, I'll tell you what, they've got a stacked wide receiving core.
That's what I mean, bro.
And they
How
added
much of
Odell.
that? They're going to give him this big contract, and it's all on the wide receivers, man. Because I'm telling you, they're going to pick up.
And they got a good run. And they got a good running back, a good
Odell,
line.
Yeah, great running back.
Yeah.
They added Odell Beckham Jr. as a wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he's trumping Reek or Waddle.
No. I mean,
Odell's mastered the art of being the wide receiver 3. He's been on how many teams as the wide receiver 3?
I think he's going to get paid, man.
You got to like Odell because Odell's figured out he's not a wide receiver 1 anymore. But he's got enough talent and enough juice to be an $8 to $9 million a year guy playing the 3 spot, coming up with a big catch now and then.
Yeah.
He's got it down to a science, man. I mean,
yeah, he does, bro. I'm giving him props. It's funny as hell, but I'm giving him props because he's mastered it. This is like his 15th or 16th. I swear to God.
There you go. Brian says
he won a Super Bowl with the Rams. He won a Super Bowl with the Rams doing that.
Miami to take the AFC.
I think Baltimore might have a little something.
I think my Ravens have got something to say about it, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's another choker. Another choker. Lamar Jackson.
Look
another.
At the AFC,
hush your mouth. Yeah. Oh, says the Packers fan.
Hey, that's right. I do a choker when I see one. Fuck that.
Hey, look at she got so mad she's getting up to get her Lamar helmet.
I don't care, bro. He's a choker.
Look, I mean, the AFC you've got, but the AFC right now you've got Baltimore, you've got KC. Look, she's got a bobblehead, even better.
I think it's broken. I think it's got a broken leg or something.
Set it on fire.
I will give the Packers props for
take a hammer to it.
Seattle. Hang on, gentlemen. God bless you for giving Seattle John Schneider our GM. Thank you, Packers.
She's just like, bless your heart.
Everybody takes their GMs.
Bless your heart. But I mean, the AFC's got the 3 big powerhouse teams. After that, I think it's a little bit of a wishy-washy kind of conference this year.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be interesting to watch, though.
It's not even guaranteed that the Dolphins win that division.
Brian's assuming that Dak's going to win a playoff game in order to be in the NFC title game, bro. He's got to win.
He's wishing. Hot takes for bad predictions.
Dak is the Black Kirk Cousins, as I've been told. He's the Black Kirk Cousins.
So we've got some interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Either way, flip it. I don't care how you want to call it.
Quarterback heydays coming up though, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think about the Packers situation because they're in the division for the most part of us on the show. I think for their betterment and peace of mind, Goody needs to get Love signed before these other guys get signed. Because if Tua gets signed, it gets an extension. If Dak gets his contract, if even Lawrence gets a contract and that number keeps going up, that number keeps going up for Green Bay. So the faster Green Bay can get to a number, the better it is for their entire situation. Because they got some wide receivers you have to pay soon. There's some other players you have to pay soon. They want to maximize the savings on that cap hit as much as possible. If you let Tua get a contract first, and that number is above what Goff got, now Love is like, well, I want even more, and that's going to reset the number again.
Right.
It don't matter. It's going to be high to somebody, and they're all going to pay it. Every team's going to pay it. I don't care what it is. You're going to fucking pay it.
That's what I'm saying, Rob. So you'd probably rather that he gets signed before Tua signs his deal.
I agree, bro, but I can't make them fucking give him the number he wants. So
to me, it doesn't matter because it all depends on how they.
I know I'm on John. I'm with John on this. It does not matter. Whatever the cost.
60 million. I don't give a shit.
Do you have a high range like you wouldn't sign him for this amount of money, or is it just hey, as long as we get him, I don't freaking care what you're paying him?
Don't care what we pay him. He's already proved himself.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see it north of 55, but it could go north of 55. I don't want to see it go there.
But I guess what I'm saying, Rob, is what would be the absolute top limit of what you would pay him. Do you have
That's
one?
60 million. 60 million.
60,
I mean,
yeah.
that's crazy to say that, but you know what? The way that the money's going up every year, like next year, the money's going to go up another 20 or 30
it's like
million.
right now, Kenny Clark. I mean, nothing's going on with that contract. Are they waiting for after Love's contract to get through, or you know what I mean?
I know, because I'm scared that we could lose Kenny Clark if they don't sign him soon.
Well, what's your cap? How much cap space do you have right now? That's the question.
We still got we got money coming back in from Campbell coming in June, after June 1st, even. So we'll be.
Yeah, so I think it's all waiting for the June 1st deadline. Once that's paid, like here we are, deadline football still. That's what the offseason is, man. We're just waiting on that June 1st deadline. I have one question.
That's the question, Gilberto. That we've been talking about it. You know, will there be a sophomore slump? Will there be an adjustment period? I think there will be an adjustment period that Love will have to adjust to teams who have adjusted to him. But that's the constant ebb and flow of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how.
That's all.
Cowboys had plenty of time to fucking.
Are you telling me the team stopped working on trying to defeat a quarterback if they continually trying to beat a quarterback?
I
the
think
quarterback's trying to beat the defense. That's just the way the name of the game.
Season, though, the defenses usually have a little bit of an advantage over the quarterback for the tape. So I think, I think that's exactly what we'll see, and then Jordan Love will adjust.
But you're going to see LaFleur pull out plays he didn't play last year because Jordan Love has taken that step.
Oh, he just opened the playbook.
It's going to go both ways. I agree with you. There's you guys are going to be ready for some of our plays and some of his tendencies.
Oh, we won't see it.
And everything else. I mean, there's a lot of tape on him now.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
that's exactly it. Every team has tape on these young QBs going into their second year starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And these guys got to learn to adjust to the new adjustments.
And the coaching has to learn to adjust. Second
that's key.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That's the thing. Can the coaches adjust? I'm so looking.
Will struggle some in the first half because the tape is out. They know what to struggle against.
This season is going to be really probably one of the most interesting beginnings to a season we've had a long time, because not only are we going to have the offensive coordinators adjusting to the defensive changes made in the offseason against known quarterbacks and schemes, but now we've got the whole kickoff situation that's going to change positioning, scripted plays. Because, think about it, you were scripting your plays to start at the 20 or 25. Now you're scripting plays that are starting at the 40, right? Or different. The starting position is going to change. So the first 5 to 6 games of this season, besides also being sloppy because these guys don't play enough in the preseason, is going to be probably one of the most interesting beginnings to a season we've had in a long time.
I think it's going to be interesting for us for a variety of reasons, let alone the new coaching regime. As I just said, I'm so ready for Baby Ravens Day in Seattle. I cannot wait.
Right. That being said, I want to give kudos to Ken, because last year I came on an open mic after the free agency, and all you, including you, Dorn, David Montgomery's a bum. He'll never get more than 500 yards with the Lions. Ken was the only one that said bull crap.
One thing about it there,
behind a bad O-line.
You can stick anybody behind that offensive line, they're going to look good. Any running back. Over 1,000 yards.
Eat your words there, Dorn. You said he was a bum and he wouldn't get 500 yards in Detroit.
Like I said, you can put anybody back there.
You either underestimated the O-line or you underestimated the player. One of the two, bro.
Oh, both. No. Let's say both. Let's call it both.
Well, I mean, look, you guys. Look, everybody thought you guys reached with Gibbs in the first round, and he turned out to be probably your best draft pick besides Laporta. I mean, you guys had a great draft that year. You guys really did.
Same old.
I thought they just meant
right there that blocks everybody. He can't handle anything. He can't even come out and show him to face me.
And
a little fucking pussy.
On that last horrendous take on Joe Dorn, I'd like to thank everyone for being on the show tonight. Thank everyone for watching. We're out of time. Don't forget Ken and Ken in the morning every day, 10 to 11 Central, followed by JB Monday through Thursday. Right afterwards, we got Frozen Thunder. We got a bunch of other shows. Check the Huddle Network Facebook page. Thank you for everyone coming on. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.